In today's video, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know about our new Y Series Fire Pit from Breeo. Here at Breeo, we made the first ever smokeless fire pit, and ever since then, we've been on this journey of trying to make it better and better and the experience more and more well-rounded in more and more places. That's what brought us to the Y Series. We wanted a fire pit that took the best of the X Series and brought it out on the road with you. So you'll notice the Y Series is made to be portable. It starts with the handle. This is a high quality handle here. It has multiple height settings and bottle openers on both sides and allows you to have the perfect grip point on the fire pit so that it's balanced beside your leg and not bumping into your knee as you're carrying it along. It also includes a height adjustable leg system so you can have a stow setting, which collapses to 11 inches, as well as a burn and a cook setting. The Y Series Fire Pit also includes a built-in heat shield, making it surface safe in both burn and cook settings. That means you can burn on grass, on decks, and any other combustible surface. Another feature of the Y Series Fire Pit is the fact that it's TriFuel, meaning it burns wood, lump charcoal, and pellets. This is the first fire pit on the market that is TriFuel compatible, and we designed it that way because when you take your fire pit out on the road with you, you may not know what fuel you have available at your location or your destination. Everything we make at Breeo, we want to be cross-compatible with all of our accessories. So the Y Series Fire Pit works perfectly well with the Outpost 19 line of accessories. That includes the Outpost grill, the sear plate griddle, and the kettle hook. So as you probably know, quality is really important to us here at Breeo. We manufacture all of our fire pits right here in Pennsylvania, and we take quality very seriously. With our X Series fire pits, we use very heavy gauge steel because those fire pits are designed to stay in the backyard. The design challenge with the Y Series was how to make a fire pit that's lighter. This is 15 pounds lighter than the X19 and great for portability, but retain that quality. We did that through design. So the Y airflow connects to the 3-leg system to create an exoskeleton of heavier gauge steel, allowing us to go lighter gauge in other areas and keep the structural integrity while keeping the weight lower. The Y Series is a smokeless fire pit from Breeo that incorporates our airflow technology that we perfected with the X Series. One addition is the airflow channels you see here. This allows airflow in from the side, and the primary focus of this is to allow air to travel between the heat shield and the bottom of the fire pit to keep it cool for the surface-safe applications. So that's the high-level overview of the new Y Series Fire Pit, all the features and benefits that we packed into this new product. Now let me show you exactly how to use it. So we'll start with the legs and how they adjust to make your Y Series Fire Pit compatible for stow, burn, and cook. So this is the stow setting. This setting is the setting you'll have it in as you transport the fire pit. Do not burn in this setting. This fire pit is not surface safe in this setting. It's not designed to burn. It's only designed for carrying transportation. That's why we call it stow. How you adjust the legs, you simply lift up on the fire pit and pull on the leg. You'll see there's a snap that pops into place. This first setting is the burn setting. Just go around the fire pit and do that with every leg. So now we have the Y Series set in the burn setting. That's the first setting on the legs. There is a second setting called the cook setting. The point of the cook setting is to elevate the fire pit so you're not bending over as you're cooking your meal. One note is that the snaps have a setting for burn and for cook. There's no setting for stow, just push it all the way to the top. You can also extend the legs by putting the fire pit on its side and pulling all the legs out. That works as well. So when your fire pit is in the high cook setting, you want to make sure you kick all the legs out to create the tripod effect for maximum stability. So now we're all set up in our cook setting. Couple notes on safety. We do not want to move this fire pit on any setting while it's still hot. So if the fire pit's hot, leave in that setting until it cools down. We don't want to be adjusting the height between burn and cook or vice versa while it's hot. That's obviously a safety issue. We don't recommend doing that. The airflow cutouts here in the shape of our flame icon allow air to flow between the heat shield on the bottom and the bottom of the fire pit. This allows us to be surface safe in both settings. So when you're in the burn setting, the lower setting, that's fine for decking, wood chips like this, anything like that. For taller grass, you may want to go up to the cook setting because it may singe the top of the grass. And if you're on a combustible surface, in particular anything near a structure such as a deck, for safety, you must have a spark screen on the top of the fire pit and keep the wood below the rim to make sure you're not having embers fall out of the fire pit. If you do need a spark screen, just go to Breeo's website and you'll be looking for the 19 spark screen that fits the Y Series Fire Pit. So how to use the TriFuel capabilities of the Y Series Fire Pit. Wood is easy. That's what it's designed primarily to use. Most of the use application of the Y Series Fire Pit will be using cordwood or foraged wood, but it's basically the log cabin style. You have a fire starter in the middle, crisscrossing logs, making sure your wood is dry. Kiln dry is preferable, and split down to a size that will be optimized for a great first fire. It is designed to also use lump charcoal and pellets. For lump charcoal, the biggest thing to keep in mind is not filling up the fire pit. Anything more than a couple inches could void the warranty because of the intense heat that can be created by having a forge effect if you fill this fire pit full of charcoal. The way to limit that and make sure that you're good is to use a charcoal chimney. You take a large charcoal chimney, fill it with lump charcoal, light it, and then dump that into the fire pit. It's almost the perfect amount of charcoal to cook a meal. And it'll stay hot for a long time, and you run no risk of overheating the fire pit. For pellets, we recommend a layer in the bottom of the fire pit that just covers the Y airflow, and then take fire starters, tear them in half, and have one on either side of the Y airflow. So you have 6 little points of flame contact. Light those, the pellets will light, and all the pellets will begin burning. Give it a little bit of time to gain momentum, and then add the pellets in a cupful at a time. You don't want to overwhelm the fire pit. If you put too many pellets in, it'll kill the fire and create a whole bunch of smoke. So with pellets, the name of the game is get it started with the fire starters into the Y airflow, and then add slowly throughout the evening. So with pellets, you may see a little bit more black smoke while it's getting started. It takes a little bit longer for them to get hot and to create the necessary heat to create secondary combustion. One thing to keep in mind too is that pellets and wood as a combination can work really well as well. So if you have pellets in the bottom and you add 1 or 2 pieces of cordwood, the 2 fuel sources do work well together. So the Y Series Fire Pit is compatible with all of our Outpost 19 accessories. Those include the grill. So you'll notice the hole here for the post. The grill system works with the post as well as the kettle hook. You can hang your kettles or veggies, pineapple, meat from the kettle hook. And then we have our sear plate griddle, heavy duty carbon steel griddle surface that also fits the Y Series. One safety note on cooking with the Y Series is a 3-legged fire pit. And so if you were to take your grill and swing it all the way to the opposite 180 degrees away from the fire pit, it's likely to tip the fire pit over because of how much leverage that will have. You only swing it off 90 degrees and not on the other side of the fire pit. Removing the ashes from the Y Series fire pit is really easy. All you gotta do is grab the handle, grab a leg, and do a dump. We recommend dumping it into either an existing fire ring if you're at a campground or a safe environment that already has ashes in it, or an ash bucket that's approved for that use. Never move a hot Y Series fire pit. You wanna let the fire pit cool down before transport. The best way to do that is allow it to burn down so the coals will turn to a fine ash and dissipate. If the ashes are removed while they're hot, the fire pit will cool down faster because the ashes do retain a lot of the heat. One last detail is the dual bottle openers on either side of the handle. They're in the shape of a fire pit because why not? And all you do is do one on either side of your bottle, pop it off. That's it, the Y Series Fire Pit, the most capable and versatile fire pit on the market. All the features we could pack into this thing, made right here in America, in Pennsylvania, out of 100% 304 stainless steel, brought to you by Breeo.